Climate affects food and water. Food and water affect security. Everything is linked. We are in a closed system. We are together on this earth, and every action we take alters that earth. So we are linked. Artificially today, we will divide our technologies as you see here. Space, biology, information technology, robotics and artificial intelligence. Each of our specialists here will make a presentation about the impact their field could make on all of those parts of our lives that can change the world. So let me make one simple observation. Technology is easy. People are hard. All of us have different perceptions of what will work. All of us live in some sense in our own small worlds. So here is my first charge to you. If you at this moment are seated next to someone you know, you should move. Why are you here? Not to meet people you know. You are here to meet people you do not know. And let me tell you, because I see so many experienced faces in this crowd, you know a lot. The young innovators, the new companies, those that would wish to build in Russia a new form of capital, investment, human investment, technological investment, they don't know you. And if I could, I won't because we are waiting eagerly to hear the words of the Deputy Prime Minister, but if I could, I would have you all stand, those that are innovators creating new companies, and then sit, and then I would have all of you stand who have money, because the innovators do not know who has the money. Just by age, I'd say that this part of the audience is looking for money, and this part of the audience has the money. So how are they going to meet you? Well, here's the charge. You are going to go meet them. If they look 20 years younger than you are, go meet them. And you shy innovators, when you see someone older than you, the rule for this conference for the next 2 days is you go meet them. Now let me show you practical measurement. Yesterday there were 2 venture capital panels, and I asked one of the preeminent venture capitalists in Silicon Valley, on your panel, did someone come up and say hello to you and give you a card? Yes. Were there many of them? Yes. Those 2 answers made me think, Moscow is moving up in my estimation of openness for innovation. Show me, I said, show me how many people came up. This is exactly the set of cards that he showed me. So every person represented by a card here is a Russian innovator looking for money. Does Jeffrey Bear have your card? If he doesn't, why are you here? So the charge to every person in this room is, if you can't beat this set of cards of people that you did not know before you came at great expense to Moscow, why did you come? If you don't meet new people, what hope is there for innovation? So that's my first charge. My second charge is to listen carefully to each of our experts. They know their field well. And if they say something that is unclear or general, that could be said by anyone about anything, after this session is over, you go meet them. So our rule in Moscow, and why would I ever in Russia say this, don't be shy. I've never detected anyone that I know in Russia that was shy, but there are many of us from around the world who may be shy. So this is your opportunity. There is not much time. We have today and tomorrow, and we must not waste any time. This morning, the mayor of Moscow held a meeting for those that might wish to invest in Moscow. And I said, there are careful observations you must make when you meet someone. There were many mayors, governors. The mayors, the governors, the government builds the structure for us to innovate. Think of this building. Those pillars will be here 50 years from now, possibly 100 years from now. The heavy structural components and the foundation of this building will be here. The walls of this building don't vibrate at a 100-year cycle. They vibrate at a 5-year or 10-year cycle. This room did not exist a few days ago, so this room and the furniture in this room vibrates at a 1 or 2 day rate. In that same way, these innovators vibrate at a very high speed. If they are not aware of a development technically in their field that might have happened yesterday, IBM announced new nanotube transistors, new 100 times faster switches on a chip. This group pays attention because a factor of 100 alters your application and innovation instantly. If they don't know about that, they're dead, because they must innovate using what happens right now. All of you that understand regulation and law and trust and money and finance must learn to deal with people who vibrate at this much higher rate. They may seem strange. They may even seem eccentric. So you have to take a breath and listen to them and try to put yourself in their position. They have no resources. You know the pathway to resources. So your counsel, your advice, your insight, your vision is desperately needed by them, and their insight, their intuition, their ability to relay to you what is happening at this moment in the world of science and technology and application and innovation is critical to you. So those are my charges for us. Technology is easy, people are hard, and your test when you leave here is to have formed relationships that will transform Moscow, that will transform Russia, and 10 years from now will cause you to look back at this meeting and say, this was a moment that altered how I thought I could contribute to the development of Moscow, of Russia, and innovation in Russian science and technology transformed into business. And with that, allow me the honor. Well, first, I suppose there's a voting machine. Should I? We have all small devices in front of us. Can you find these small devices? They've been scattered around because our goal is not to have people standing at a podium talking at a large audience. Our goal is to have people interact with each other. So this mechanism will allow us to respond to questions posed in this conference yesterday, the Global Challenges Conference. So let's see, I have a script that tells me if I hold my device up and I push any button, so I'm going to push the sign-in button. Aha, it lights up. This is a good sign. On the screen are 6 questions. Remember, this is false. There are no seams. There is no good answer here. But the question is, let me just simplify it a bit. What global challenge, of those global challenges we discussed yesterday, what global challenge? Population growth, lack of food, demand for new energy, exhaustion of mineral resources, environmental change. Which of these is most likely to benefit by the application of the technologies represented here by our experts? So, I would point out, notice they all are interrelated. Demand for new energy, changes environment. Oh no, well, we had a response but no vote yet. Could we go back to the question? Let's go back to the question. My Cyrillic is not good enough. Good, there's the question. All right, so we will give a 15-second, I'll count down for, say, 20 seconds. So now, you see the yes, you see the no, and you see a number. So I will start this in 3 seconds, and we will vote, and I'll tell you when we've ended voting. So look at your choices of things that might be changed most by these technologies, and 1, 2, 3, start voting. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. It's still counting. It seems that number 3, the demand for new energy resources, is the general opinion of the population most open to change by the technologies that we have represented here today. So when you look at the sessions that you will choose this afternoon, if we think we already know the answer that energy will make the biggest change, you could go to the energy sessions and learn about that, or you could go to the session that is the one you know the least about and see if that technology might in fact have an impact on these global issues.